Hey, it's time for some fun with Crazy Taxi! The iconic game where you drive around a San Francisco-esque city picking people up and dropping them off again.
Hey, come here!
Hey, good job!
This was one of the most popular games around in the early 2000s, initially as an arcade machine before being released on the consoles.
Make a right!
It's a simple format. You race across the city collecting passengers and taking them to different locations in exchange for a big chunk of money. I mean, this taxi company really is extortionate. It costs almost $340 for a journey of less than a kilometre. But they seem happy enough to pay it. Well, as long as you get there quickly, otherwise they're quite willing to jump out of a speeding vehicle, probably to their death. So drive fast, otherwise you've got that on your conscience.
How long will it take? Come on now, look at the time, you suck!
It's all about speed with these people. They don't care how you get there, just as long as it's quick. So you can smash other cars and trucks out of the way, do some off-roading, and they're not overly fussed. In fact, racing down the wrong side of the road or launching your taxi half a mile in the air off conveniently placed ramps gets you extra tips, so drive like an arse and get the dollars rolling in. All these smashes and the taxi hasn't even got a dent, built like a tank. There's prospective passengers strewn across the city. Dozens of them are hanging around waiting for a lift, so you won't struggle to find work. They can be found at the side of the road, waiting in a hedge, stood on top of a building, standing underwater, or waiting on a roof you can only access by driving off the first floor of a multi-storey car park. The dollar symbols above their heads signify how far each passenger wants to go. Green means their final destination is a bit of a trek away, yellow is a medium-ish distance, and red is for the lazy ones who just want taking around the corner. Look at this guy, a 53-metre journey to KFC. And he's filming it. Maybe he's making a YouTube video too. That cost them $170. While we're at KFC, it's worth pointing out the blatant product placement. There's a few other big name brands in here as well, including Pizza Hut and the Levi's store. So how do you actually win this game? Basically, you just need to make a buttload of money before the time runs out. You can choose how long you're driving for, either 3, 5 or 10 minutes, or you can use the arcade rules where you earn extra time after each successful journey. Once your shift's over, you're given your final cash total and a grading based on how much money you brought in. And that's it, you just jump back in your taxi and go again. In truth, there's not a lot of game here really. You get 4 different taxi drivers, Axel, BD Joe, Gina and Gus. They give you different vehicle designs and dialogue, but in terms of performance they all seem the same. There's only 2 road layouts you can drive around as well. Style-wise they're both very similar, but one is the original arcade map and the other is exclusive to the console games. One other feature Crazy Taxi does have though is the Crazy Box mode. Everything's crazy in this game. Essentially it's a selection of little scenarios which are a bit like mini-games. Things like launching a taxi off a ramp, completing free fares in very heavy traffic, and turning around on a beach. But it's the main game you'll be returning to each time you pop the disc in. It's a good laugh if you've got a short amount of time to kill, but any longer and I think you'll get bored. And that marks the end of our journey with Crazy Taxi. That will be $745 please. What do you mean you're not paying?
Game over.